Robertas,
Nice to see you.
nice to see you. And yeah, welcome here on this Rapool Experience Field Day platform 2025. Many thanks also that you follow our invitation, that you come over to get some kind of new impulses, some new impressions of our rapeseed trials, a little bit under this name out of the box thinking. But before maybe we check around here the different trials, maybe you could tell me also a little bit of feedback. How is it going on in the Baltic markets?
So first of all, Rene, thank you for opportunity to come here earlier and to look on what you are doing here and what approach you are checking, I would say, because you are also looking forward, not only in the breeding, but as I see also on the practical side, how to help for the farmer to manage a better yield based on variety, new varieties, and also for better management of the growing, how to adapt these new varieties. So coming back to your question, what is happening right now in the Baltic countries, what kind of conditions we had. So we had big late frosts, and the damages are quite big in different fields, different situation. But anyway, we are right now in the tough season, I would say. And even if we remember that we are in north part of the Europe, last year this winter hardiness issue also in part of Latvia, part of Estonia, some differences between varieties. So we need still winter hardiness varieties. We need this maybe later start varieties during the spring time based on this late frost. Also last year topic, extremely warm autumn. So this new generation, new varieties are growing like a hell. It's more vigorous. So the farmers faced with this stem elongation topic, how to manage that. So these all issues are new coming in each year. So we have to work on this. So, and I guess and I basically believe that such kind of trials will help us to get at least ideas how we can manage all these challenges.
Yeah, Robertas. I have heard already some of these issues which you mentioned. So they are quite similar also to other countries, especially now this topic with this overgrowing rapeseed in autumn, but also now with this challenges in this cool spring, and then connected with this late frost. I have heard up to -10, -11 in your countries. Yes. So that is definitely not the right environment for rapeseed. That's why it's now very good that you are here on this platform, so that we can discuss some of these issues and share our new approaches with these new trials. And I think the best point now to come and to see these issues, we should go a little bit upstairs.
Yes, I agree, Rene. Let's go to look on that. So, Rene, here we are on this platform, and we have a lot of different plots, different approaches. So what are the main message for our Baltic farmers? What you are seeing here on these plots?
Yeah, Robertas, good point. We have here below us from my point of view, one of the most exciting trials in the Rapool network. We have here a sowing date trial with 2 sowing dates. We have here on the right side first sowing date 5th of September. And on the left side, the second sowing date, 19th of September, so 2 weeks later. And still, when you look here a little bit, you can see that we have on the right side a little bit more further developed rapeseed plants. Yeah. And on the left side, a little bit smaller, a little bit more compact. And additionally, we have here also in that trial, at the end, and you can see that very well when you look a little bit for the flowering color, at the end, we had a higher fungicide intensity, so stronger growth regulation in autumn time and more fungicide also than in springtime. And we can see here now very well that with the sowing date we have also a chance to influence the start of the flowering in springtime. And we can also see a little bit here the reaction of different genetics on this different growth regulation. So spend more money, less money. And additionally is also the point that this trial is located in totally 6 locations in Europe, starting from the United Kingdom down to the Ukraine. And so we will have this summer huge database regarding the impact of the sowing date, regarding then the impact of growth regulation, and also a little bit the chance to have a better description and better recommendation for our genetic, how to use them regarding then the sowing date. Final message for you, with somehow very late sowing date, for example in the north of Germany, we can make that up to 30 days later sowing. We have a chance of 10 to 14 days later flowering. And when you recommend me that with this frost and with these issues right now this spring, that could be a solution for the future to prevent a little bit this stress from this late frost.
Also, Rene, there's another point regarding autumn development. This trial also, I think, it's established here with different sowing dates, because we are also facing in the Baltics that new hybrids are more vigorous, so they are more linked to stem elongation. So we and also in autumn we have higher temperatures, so it's getting warmer. And for the farmers, it's quite difficult to stop this rapeseed.
Exactly. Especially with this kind of earlier sowing dates, somehow in the first half of August, these long days then pushing so much this vigor and the risk for stem elongation. Yeah, Robertas, was nice to see the rapeseed from 5, 6, 7 meters. But now let's take the moment and go closer to the rapeseed. Let's come with me.
To see the difference.
Exactly. And here we prepared 2 plants for our visitors. On the left side here in front we have the rapeseed plant from the late sowing block. So we see quite nice plant.
Yes.
We have a good side branch development, and please take the plant.
Yeah.
And and here we have it from the earlier sowing one. We see almost similar side branch development. Of course, for the earlier sowing rapeseed, we have stronger developed pods. So we see them here already much stronger. We can see here the kernels inside. So it's very easy visible that they further develop based on the earlier sowing date. And then when we compare it with the late sowing one, little bit smaller pods, a little bit less developed. But interesting point, what you mentioned already, we have here this side
branches.
Exactly, somehow we call it on the second level. So even this plant looks a little bit taller and a little bit more attractive. Could imagine that this later sowing has probably similar yield potential, but keep in mind there is a chance for a lower intensity, so less fungicide, less growth regulation maybe because of this later sowing date. So that's why we are somehow checking that deeper now, this late sowing option as an alternative for less overgrowing before winter, less stress, and also maybe then for this later start of flowering.
Yeah, and then what you mentioned already, lower disease pressure, which mainly is coming, this verticillium is also important in and with this early sowing dates, we have bigger impact to come verticillium in the plant inside, yes, and to develop during the winter, and yes, so it's it could be an issue in upcoming years, also in the Baltics, to start to sow a little bit later, to avoid this stem elongation risk for the farmers, to some kind of save a cost. Also, it's also cost saving.
Yeah.
And then this is a good approach from your side, that you are looking not only on, I would say, new varieties, but on the ways how to improve this growing in general, and then how to manage the best way of how to grow these new hybrids.
Yeah, and here
I would say challenging and not predictable climate conditions over past few years.
Yeah, and here with these two examples of János, we have then also a variety which can be grown with later sowing dates easily. And if the farmer is a little bit concerned about later sowing dates, then combine it with the Lumiposa seed treatment, and you have additionally this more vigorous growth in autumn time, which helps them to establish better, stronger in a shorter window.
And especially when we are also having this warmer weather, higher temperatures, and also we are feeling this higher pressure on insects, also from previous season, previous autumn in the fields, and you can see a benefit of this treatment, especially when the insect pressure is high.
Exactly.
Last year we really had this in some regions,
Exactly.
so it was clearly visible.
So take that as a first impulse to your market to rethink the sowing dates and maybe to use 3, 5, maybe 7 days later sowing.
Okay, thanks.